So, lads, Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets, whatever you want to call him, the guy that's quit on the Heat, depending on who you are. I don't even know what to say, but the Phoenix Suns might be the dumbest franchise in the history of basketball. And I mean that. Like, they are incredibly dumb. Like, we all know that the Bradley Beal contract was stupid. We know that them trading, unpopular opinion, the Kevin Durant trade made no sense at the time. Like, it really didn't. Like, what, 4 firsts, Cam Thomas and Mikal Bridges? That was a huge overpay, but whatever, at least you got Kevin Durant. Giving up assets to get the worst contract in basketball in Bradley Beal. And now, what they're trying to do with Jimmy makes absolutely zero sense. It makes zero sense. Which would make sense coming from a guy who does not believe in draft picks. The Phoenix Suns want to offer Jimmy Butler. They have a long-term deal. And the Suns have a 2-year, $121 million extension there. They want to pay Jimmy Butler $60 million a year. It says here it's about relationships. And the relationship is Jimmy Butler and Kevin Durant. Phoenix wants him because Kevin Durant wants Jimmy Butler. They're both going to sign extensions, man. How many years does KD have left? I'm pretty sure KD's got like 3 years left. I don't think that he's anywhere near an expiring contract. And he's 30. He's pushing 37. Like, Kevin Durant is under contract until... how many years? He is under contract until the end, to be fair, until the end of next season, where he'll be 38. He will be like 38 years old by the start of the season. And they're saying Kevin Durant will sign an extension. You want Kevin Durant, you want to give Jimmy Butler one of the worst contracts in NBA history. You're going to be paying a 37-year-old Jimmy Butler $60 million just so that you can pay a 39-year-old Kevin Durant $60 million? What? Just tear it down. Get your assets for KD. Be smart about it. Like, I'm sorry, the Phoenix Suns have opened and shut their window. It's like, at this stage, you're going to have to trade Devin Booker. Like, you can't. There's no way they can afford the three of them and to have any sort of a competent roster. So, you're going to have to, if you're dead set on this, first of all, like, I do think, like, Jimmy Butler only wants to go to Phoenix. And the Phoenix Suns with Jimmy Butler aren't going to be very good. As well as that, like, I just don't get it. I just really don't get it from Jimmy Butler's perspective. I really don't. Because I'm like, you've got no chance of winning. I think Jimmy just wants to get paid, and he knows Phoenix are going to pay him. And, man, if Phoenix... And by the way, sorry, it's an extension. It's not... So does that mean that he accepts his player option and they pay him till he's like 38 or 39? Oh my God, imagine if they're paying a 39-year-old, like near a 40-year-old Kevin Durant and like a 38-year-old Jimmy Butler, and they're like, we can't do anything because we're tied down to 2 of the worst contracts ever. That's literally it. Like, you are paying... He's not LeBron. He's not LeBron. I get it. KD might be LeBron. But Jimmy's not LeBron. Jimmy's already missing games. Jimmy didn't play in the playoffs. This is not 2023 Jimmy Butler anymore. This is not 2019 Jimmy Butler anymore. Like, this is not 2019. Kevin Durant's injury prone. Jimmy Butler's injury prone. And Jimmy Butler has flamed out of 4 teams now. Like, he's literally flamed out 4 times in his NBA career. Anytime Jimmy Butler feels in any way slighted, he will just barely show up to work. He will quiet quit on an NBA team. And it's happened 4 times. Whatever. The first time with Chicago wasn't that big a deal. Second time Minnesota, you know what? Maybe Cat and Wiggins were soft. Oh wait, Wiggins has won a championship. Arguably could have won Finals MVP. Karl Anthony Towns is top 5 in MVP race right now. But yeah, whatever. Maybe they were the problem. In Philadelphia, fair enough, they did pay Tobias Harris. And it wasn't really paying Tobias Harris over Jimmy. It was Ben Simmons. They chose Ben Simmons over Jimmy, which at the time didn't seem that dumb. And then Miami, you're just butthurt that you're not getting a max contract at 36 years old because Pat Riley doesn't do that because he cares about winning. Talking about caring about winning, but it's like, everyone's like, oh, he didn't bring in any help. Who was he meant to have traded for? He didn't have the assets to trade for anyone. The problem is that the only assets that the Miami Heat really had was Tyler Hero. And Tyler Hero was very undervalued throughout the league. To get Damian Lillard, they were going to have to give up Hero, Jokic. Hero, Jovic, Haquez, and what became Kel'el Ware. And I'm sorry, I really like Kel'el Ware. I think Haquez is pretty good. I really like Nikola Jovic. I think he's going to be really good. And I think Tyler Hero at this point in time is at least 95% of Dame. So what else were they meant to do? They got in Rozier, who's a pretty decent player, didn't really do much. And the problem was that, yeah, they didn't have the greatest team in the world going into the playoffs because Jimmy was injured. Like, they might have had a shot against the Celtics if he was there. They got a bunch of guys that we know overperform in the playoffs. Jimmy wasn't there. Jimmy was hurt. They were never going to win anything without Jimmy last year. But yeah, it's just a mad L situation. And the Phoenix Suns willing to, like, I just cannot wait. They're going to have in 2 or 3 years' time 3 guys on max contracts pushing 40. They're going to trade Devin Booker, aren't they? Like, they have to. The way things are going, they pretty much have to trade Devin Booker or have nothing. Because if you're never going to be able to trade the KD extension. You're never going to be able to trade this Jimmy contract. It is literally going to be a case of, can we trade Devin Booker? You have to ask yourself that question. It's like, will we trade Devin Booker? And if the answer is no, then I don't even know what they're going to be able to do, to be honest. I don't know what assets they're going to have. Ryan Dunn, I guess, but I don't know. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think the Phoenix Suns should make this trade and give Jimmy Butler a 2-year extension for $60 million a year? And there's a good chance if things aren't going his way in Phoenix, even while getting those $60 million, he could flame out of there too at the end of his career. Oh, Phoenix. Like, Matt Ishbia has got money, I guess, but and you know what? If the NBA owners had a one-on-one competition, I think I would bet my mortgage on Matt Ishbia winning. But still, he's just proven, and I don't even know if he's the GM or not, but the way he's talking, he's the guy that makes the basketball decisions. And I'm sorry, he has made some of the dumbest decisions ever. And his quote saying 28 teams would rather have their roster than the one they currently have, yeah, that's not true. Anyway, I'll see you guys.